Daynin Dashefsky, and I'm here with my friend Alyson Hsiao with Kron Kracie Jiu-Jitsu in California. And we're going to do today
rear naked choke.
Rear naked choke. So I'm going to have you start from in front of me. Now, a lot of people make the mistake when they do a rear naked. We start in the seat belt. We want to hold, spread the legs, make it hard for them to escape. And a lot of times people will try to pull back and try to go for a rear naked choke from here. The problem is we don't ever want to push the trachea. What we're actually trying to attack is the arteries on the side. So it's like a straw. If we try to sip soda, we just put a little bit of pressure, it'll stop the flow. So it'll stop the blood and oxygen from going to the head. Eventually, they become dizzy and they pass out. But we don't need to squeeze the straw. We don't need to really squeeze it hard in order to get the same effect. We just want to make sure we get a nice firm grip and that we're putting pressure on the sides of their neck. If we're pulling this way, all we're doing is breaking it and putting pressure on the trachea. It's not stopping the blood flow to the head. It's just really making it sore, and if you break it, it can be very dangerous. So we want to make sure the angle is right on this. So if I just come up around her and try to do this, I'm going to be attaching her or attacking her trachea. So it's really important, especially if they're taller than us, I want to pull them back, and then I want to turn my angle to where my armpit is on the shoulder. If my armpit is on the shoulder, I'll have a perfect V every time. The elbow should be right in front of the chin. Now, if it's someone who's a lot bigger and they have a hard time pulling them back, it's okay to adjust yourself to the side and then still have the elbow in front, and you can still finish the move correctly. But for now, I want to pull her back, and I'm going to shift my body so that my armpit is on her shoulder, coming up to a V. The elbow is right in front of the neck. I want to put this on my bicep, and sometimes people like to do a little karate chop around the neck. I don't really like to attack the back of the neck because it really hurts the spine and the nerves back there if you do it too hard. I personally like to hold it on the back top of the head. So when I choke, if it's having a hard time, all I do is push your head down into the choke and squeeze. So with me, I tend to not try to squeeze too much. If I've got the choke in really good, if she's back and I've got it on her neck and she's touching, all I have to do is flex my arms. So if you notice, I'm here, I'm holding. If I just flex, I'm already getting a choke. I'm not really focusing on squeezing, because when I expand my muscle, if I'm touching the neck and the muscle just expands a couple inches, we're already pressing into the artery. So we don't need to squeeze. The bigger the neck, the easier it is to choke. The smaller the neck, the more we have to close that gap, so it takes a little harder. So again, we're here, we start in the rear in a seat belt, pull them back, turn our body where we're facing that way and our armpit is on the shoulder, come up, bring this hand out, grab our bicep, hold their head down, squeeze, and while we're doing that, slightly gently push their head down and squeeze for the rear naked choke. And that is our rear naked choke. So when you felt it, did you feel the pressure here on the side versus in the trachea?
Right away.
Yeah. So that's what you want to do. Thanks for joining us.